And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today I'm not talking about a new game. Today I'm talking about a game that's actually 13 years old now, came out in 2000, and that's River Dragons. However, this is a brand new edition from Matagot and Asmodee games, Asmodee editions. It was a popular game when it came out. Never had a chance to play it back in 2000 or back when it was popular, but Matagot does such a great job in their productions that I was certainly glad to give this one a try. Let's look. I don't often do this, but I did want to point out that I really like how this box insert comes. I mean, they have a spot for the sticks, they have a spot for the stones. You got sticks and stones, break your bones, and a spot for all the little people here. And these people that you have, oh, they're so cute. I haven't showed them to my girls because I'm afraid that they will steal the game and run off, and these people will go live in houses and go down sliding boards, and I'll never see them again. Anyway, it's a nice box insert. So now the board, and again, this is I'm just gushing again over the production of this piece. Matagot is just, oh, they make the best games. The artwork here is phenomenal. The pieces are fantastic. There's two sides to the board. This is what I call the training wheel side, where there are islands on the board and they show you where to put your rocks. And that's fine and all, but I'd rather play on the other side, not only because there's no islands, but because there's this giant serpent here, and no one in their right mind would go there. Have you not seen Anaconda? Anyhow, so what you're trying to do, each player is going to take their little dude. Let's say I'm the pink player. I will start here, and my goal is to get across to the other side. And I'm going to be doing that by playing planks and stones. And the way that I will do that is by playing cards. Each round of the game, I will look through my hand of cards, and I will play 5 cards in front of me like this. Everybody turns over their first card and does what it says, and then the second, third, fourth, and fifth card. And you go in turn order if it matters. Now, what do these cards do? Because this is the whole point of the game. Well, let's take a look at them one at a time. First, we have this card here, which lets you put out a plank. Now, well, actually, before I show you the plank card, I guess it would make more sense to show you a stone card. This lets you put a stone out. You can put a stone basically anywhere you want. And in fact, there's one that lets you put 2 stones out. When you play the plank card, or in this case, a double plank card, you will take your planks, and you have 6 planks that are numbered from 1 to 6, and they're various lengths. And you will take it without measuring and hope that you can put it on the board somewhere. So let's say I take my 3, I start here from my spot, and it lands on the stone. I mean, if I took the 6, I'd say, well, that was kind of overkill here, but I can put my plank there. There's a few rules when placing planks. You want to put them, they have to go from a stone to a stone, or from a stone to one of these islands here. And each stone can hold at most 3 planks. So if there was a plank here, a stone here, this plank could be here, but I couldn't put another one on that spot. So you're placing planks and stones to help yourself get across. And you'll do that by playing these movement cards. There you move 1 space. Here you move 2 spaces. The problem when you move, though, is you must move, even if you don't want to. The only time you can't move when you play a move card is if you can't. So if you're here, let's say I'm on this plank, and I have my good friends who love me so very much who are on these planks, and I have to move 1, I can't move to where they are, so I move back to the island. So that can be a real pain in the neck. Hopefully, though, I have played a card like this, which allows me to hop over another player. In fact, you must jump over another player. If there's no player next to you, you can't jump over them. So I say, woo! Of course, if I make that woo sound, it makes it much better. Another card you can play is remove a plank or a stone. So I can take a plank or stone off as long as no one else is on top of it. And when I take the plank, I keep the plank. So I'll put it in front of me, even if it's another player's color. The only rule there is you can't take 2 planks that are the same length. So the most planks you'll ever have is 6, 1 through 6, but they don't have to be your own colors. So those are the cards that you can play. However, each round you may also play 1 dragon card, and you have a dragon card that's for each player in the game. And so when I play a blue dragon card, whatever slot I put it in, let's say I put it in the 3rd slot, the blue player's card in that slot is canceled. Okay, so you just keep playing till one person gets to the other side. It's a very simple game, but as the game progresses, you will see stones being put out in all different patterns, and you can't measure, and sometimes you'll say you're going to put out a plank, and I don't have any spot that I can put this plank because it's too short. But as the game progresses, you're going to find more and more planks, and sometimes you'll even go to someone else's island, so then you can get from that island to the destination island. First person to get to the other side wins. I have to say I was really surprised at how enjoyable this one was. When we played this one, as soon as we were finished, everybody said, let's play again. And let's play on the other side, because we initially played on the side where the big stones were, and that was fine, but it kind of showed you exactly where to put your stones on the little island, so it wasn't that difficult. Then when we played on the flip side, we played again, people said, let's do it again, because it's entertaining. There's that whole aspect of when do you play that dragon to stick it to somebody else. You can't just, go willy-nilly and play dragons all over the place, but you can play them at that right point to stop that person from doing the action. And also, you might have an action that you do that someone just gets in your way. I'm ready to move 2 spaces and you came in front of me. I wasn't expecting that. Or you build a plank to a stone where that can only hold 3 planks, and I was going to build my plank to that stone. You jerk. There's really a lot of interaction. Really, the game isn't difficult. Get from one side to the other, but because of those action cards, it is more difficult. Now, there are games like this, Robo Rally, and other games that have programmable actions. This is not nearly as complex and brain-burning as those games are. You're not going to sit there and go, okay, if I go this way, then this way. No, you're saying, I'll put out a stone, I'll put out a plank, but on my 3rd turn, I think I'll mess over black, and then I'll put over, and then I'll move 1, and then so on and so forth. So that's entertaining and interesting, and planks and stones come off the board. You can play, the same cards each turn, but you have to get to the other side. Production quality is great. If I have to say something negative about it, is that it's a little easy sometimes for klutzy-fingered people, and I include myself in this category, to move somebody and then have them fall over, and the planks fall over, and collapse sometimes, and then the river dragon eats everybody. Well, it doesn't, but that'd be a cool effect. But anyhow, it is easy sometimes to knock this stuff over, but just you gotta be a little careful when you put this stuff out. And you don't technically need this 3-dimensional thing, but it just looks so cool. And as the game progresses, as you see the planks being put across, they use bright colors with the little bright people moving over there. This is an excellent family game. I mean, fantastic one. And since it goes up to 6 players, and in fact, works really well with 6 players, doesn't have that much downtime with 6 players, this is one that I'm just going to really recommend. It's a great reprint, high production, great family value, a lot of interaction, but not so much interaction that you feel frustrated that everyone's on your case. So just a very solid game, a good reprint. Hey, what's going on? Hey, those are not toys! Come back! Come back here!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door.